If you're anything like me, you like learning anatomy through sports injuries. This is episode 14 of Learning Anatomy through Sports Injuries. No better injury to do on Halloween than one with a skull fracture. Cyborg Santos, July 16th, 2016. Michael Venom Page is his opponent. Now, this is Cyborg. Gets a knee to the face, goes down in pain. So Michael Venom Page won the fight here. Let's slow it down. A full knee to the face. Now that's his mouth, nose, skull, everything is all up in that knee. And that's no good. And here's what happened. He's got this big old dimple in the front of his head and a broken nose. What's actually really cool about this injury is they got like a 3D x-ray of this, and you can see where this is just all kinds of broken. So that's not good if you're a Cyborg. So his frontal bone was fractured there. They said it was a frontal sinus injury, really, which makes sense because his nose was broken too. Crush injury type of injury here. So the frontal lobe, what's important with the frontal lobe is planning, problem solving, decision making, and emotion. If you're an MMA guy, you know, you're probably pretty mad all the time. So you need that frontal lobe for that emotion. The danger here would be bleeding. But good news for us as humans is we have a bunch of layers underneath the skull that kind of protect the brain. So luckily for Cyborg, none of these other layers outside of the skull were really in danger here. If they were, it would have led to effects like stroke-like symptoms, coma, and death. So stroke-like symptoms would be weakness, confusion, unable to speak, just stuff like that. So what happens for Cyborg? He had immediate surgery. It took 7 hours to fix all of the bones in his face. You can see he's got this nose thing here. I believe this is an intracranial pressure monitor just to make sure that there wasn't building pressure in his brain, which is not good if you didn't know for your brain. It needs to float around in your skull. It can't just be compressed all the time or you would have stroke-like symptoms or confusion, lethargy, stuff like that. But so possible return for Cyborg, it would have been therapy based on like low impact cardio, vestibular and training stuff, and resistance training to sparring. But he did actually end up retiring after this fight and has transitioned to coaching. So that's Cyborg Santos.